Hey everybody, a little more Tina Malia music. This is her and the guy she sings with on this album. To remind us to all follow our own inner path, our own North Star. Dira was starting to say again today to start gathering her own crystals and things to build a crystal grid around your home. Come here. Oh, she wants to get in the picture again. So this song is called Sarva Mangala, and I'm so excited because Tina's concert, first one in a year, is coming up, at least locally, coming up this Friday night, so I get to go see her. And this song says in the mantra, "Oh, great feminine power, which is the driving energy of Shiva, Narayana, whose very touch brings ecstasy, one who opens the eye of wisdom, bestow upon us the highest blessing." So I figured that was kind of appropriate for all of us, since we are all trying to open our eye. And I wanted to talk to a few people. I can't think with the music on. I'm not one of those people that can do that. I just start singing and wanting to dance. So, I guess first things first, I should say that I had a huge breakthrough last night as far as what I felt. And I'm sorry to leave everybody yesterday with a cliffhanger. I didn't get a chance to get back and upload my my third video last night. And I guess that's okay because 3 videos is a bit much in one day. So I think things worked out pretty well the way they were supposed to. But Diro talked about doubling down, and I didn't understand what that was at first. I really had to pay attention to what he was talking about with the Merkaba and going forward through the vortex, and really understanding what it meant to flip the Merkaba forward and go into basically hyperspeed, hyperdrive. I now know what that means and exactly what that feels like. I have been doing what Lazy Bee suggested in my meditations. I've been, every night before I go to sleep. I don't feel like I'm doing much, but I have cat hair all over me. Anyway, so I don't feel like I'm doing much, but I still do practice, and let me tell you, it does pay off. I've been talking to, or messaging back and forth with Deb, who is Tuesday is Gone. She used to be Wildflowers and I, or as we called her, Wildflower Sandy, which I thought was cute too. But basically just talking about breakthroughs and getting sight at moments. I've had sight when I was talking yesterday about seeing those beings come through. Different meditations give me different visions, and sometimes I just, like with them, I wasn't even trying, they just came to me, and I do see things. So I think we all have sight in different ways at different times. It doesn't all come in at once. So pay attention to that for yourself and see what comes through. As far as hearing, I haven't really mentioned much of this because to me it's been commonplace through my life, but in different lucid moments and even in waking moments I get voices here and there, and it's not all the time, but I do get them on a pretty consistent basis. So you know, we do get things that come to us in different ways and different times when we're supposed to. Lately, I've been hearing what my meditation teacher, called spirit pings or spirit knocks. Since I started all of this a couple months ago, it sounds like somebody is in my apartment. It's not my neighbors, it's not anyone else. My cat always runs around to see who's here. Someone's trying to get my attention. They're here, and the way that they can communicate is just by, you know, like, it sounds kind of like that on the walls. I've been getting that. I've been getting the ringing in my ears, which I've heard is, you know, your ears adjusting to different levels, different dimensions, whatever you want to call it, but they're getting us ready in different ways, and more evolving in different ways. So pay attention to your own, because we all get things at different times as they feel we need to. And to preface the rest of what I've been experiencing, like what I did experience last night, I also have to say what I mentioned was I had stopped with the DNA, you know, repair for a couple weeks because I just needed some time off. I asked them to go full force, and I had no idea what that really was going to do, how that was going to affect me in my day-to-day life, and I needed some time off because it really does throw me off kilter, and I need a lot of time outside in nature. Last night I talked to one of our people in the group on the phone, and that actually really helped me just to connect with somebody else, and to know that, you know, I'm not in this, not that I think I'm in this alone, but, you know, to really connect to somebody talking on the phone, and kind of help bring me back to center, which was great. And anyway, so I asked them to come back and work on my DNA, you know, downloads, whatever, my energy field, whatever you want to call it. And I gave them 48 hours that we negotiated, because 24 apparently was not long enough for what they needed to do. So this is what they told me. So, and I trust my guides. I've been working with them for years. So that ended this evening, and I knew pretty much exactly when it ended because I started to come really back to center. But the benefit of letting them do this again is that I took another leap forward. So, as I was saying, I was taking what Lazy Bee said to heart and just really getting back to what feels natural as far as meditation. And then somebody else mentioned, I can't remember, but it was a while ago, and I apologize, you know, come out and say it was me if it was one of you in my comments, but said, you know, one thing Darrow doesn't mention is that to get to a lot of these states, you have to be in, like, theta or alpha or whatever brainwaves. You have to be really, really relaxed and in another zone, and really between wake and sleep. So I've been doing that a lot, and one thing that's really helped me is if I start to fall asleep, but I have the intention of doing the meditation, I will come back out of it. I will kind of feel like I've fallen asleep, and then I'll come back out of it. And last night I used my intention, and that's when the whole thing that led up to doubling down happened. And I'm going to have to continue this in my next video. Sorry, so here we go, video 2.